Can I Not Marry audio web novel chapter 25, Days of Isolation with the President 2. The idea of eating the president's tofu sounds very exciting and fascinating, but also very difficult. However, just as Du Lacey ended the call, the bathroom door suddenly opened. The president came out of the bathroom dressed in maroon robes. This scene made Du Lacey recall the president's naked godlike image not long ago. Her face turned red to the point like a ripe persimmon red. She quickly put away her mobile phone, feeling awkwardly. She didn't know where to put her hands. At that moment, Lian Jun came over and stared at her. You peeped at me showering. Her red persimmon became a rotten persimmon, red to black. Who's peeking at you showering? Then why is your face so red? I. Du Lacey struggled and didn't know what to say. She couldn't inform the president that she had intentions of eating his tofu, right? I feel a little hot. This was the best excuse she could think of. Hot. Lian Jun narrowed his eyes, staring at her, her flushed cheeks, lowered eyes with the look of uncertainty. Is it hot? Clearly she couldn't think of anything else. He couldn't help but flashed a smile on his face. If you're hot, then go take a shower. Du Lacey felt embarrassed. After the president finished his sentence, she evidently took steps forwards and, appearing like a chicken pecking rice, hurriedly nodded and then rushed into the bathroom. After slamming the bathroom door shut, discarding the other person's heartbeat, her heart was pounding as her chest heaved as if it was going to jump out. Even the sound of rushing water sound still couldn't wash away the wave of anxiety within her heart. However, outside the living room in the bathroom, the sound of rushing water caused the other person's lips to curve into a smile. After an hour, Lian Jun glanced up at the clock on the wall, and felt that something was wrong. Hey, are you okay? He knocked on the bathroom door. The bathroom was silent. Only after a while did a weak voice appear. I forgot to bring in a pair of clothes to change into. That's right. Because a fool just went in too quickly, forgetting to take a pair change clothes. After she take off her clothes and realized, it was already within the bubble soup. Let me help you grab it. When the rich and deep magnetic came through the wooden door into the bathroom, it caused Du Lacey's faces to lit red with embarrassment. But I didn't bring any clothes. This is all thanks the president, without informing her, drag her into isolation, causing her not to have a second pair of clothes to change into besides the t-shirt plus jeans on her body, and even underwear are. This is too embarrassing. Too embarrassing. You wait for a moment. Suddenly the president's voice was heard through the door. Du Lacey was in a trance, and after a while the president's voice came through again. Open the door. Open the door. Du Lacey was inevitably attention. She hesitated before slightly quivering and opened the door. Suddenly, within the vapor, a pair of paw-like hands crept out of the door and the cheerful Lian Jun placed something into her hand. When he passed her the clothes, her hand accidentally came into contact to his. The frightened Du Lacey hastily retracted her claws, and hurriedly closed the door. Oh my God. Why does she have the feeling that she's in a love affair? Soon after, this love affair excitement stimulated her out of her fear. Staring at his hands, Du Lacey was muddle-headed. Shirts. White. Why does it look so big? It wasn't hard to guess. Feeling astonished, Du Lacey's eyes widened. Could it be that this shirt is the president's? This feeling was like holding a fierce tiger's skin. Du Lacey's small hands began froze. A shirt fell to the ground. Du Lacey looked intently and felt embarrassed. A pair of pink lace, women type of pants inside. When Du Lacey appeared at the door wearing the male loose shirt, Lian Jun was standing at the window, his eyes staring out of the window in the night. The subtle movement made him turned, a shadow catch his attention. Since she's very petite, the men's shirt on her body appeared very long, and her too thin, straight leg closed together very tightly, because of tension and friction between her knees. Hanging her face down, it appeared flushed red. Her pair of hands restlessly moved about. It wasn't sexy, but made others have the burning desire to protect her. This is the third time today that made Lian Jun's curve the corners of his lips. He didn't say anything and lightly said, "It's getting late, go to sleep." Oh. Like a snail, Du Lacey lowered her head into her shell and moved forward. She couldn't bear it any longer. Why would you? You have a female's underwear. The moment Du Lacey asked this question, she continuously cursed herself, who doesn't have a fetish. Let alone those who are rich. Maybe he likes female lingerie too. The president loved female lingerie. Du Lacey was disgusted with the idea herself. She originally thought the president wouldn't be happy with this question, however Lian Jun answered calmly without thinking, "It's a gift." A gift. Du Lacey was stunned. That's right. Lian Jun nodded, staring to her. You don't like it? No. That's not it. The problem is that which man goes on a business trip and purchase underwear for a woman? This is too weird. And it is said to be shopping for underwear for a woman is indicating they want sexual. Did the president really wants to eat her stinky tofu? No, that's not right. She should be a tender, delicate water bean curd. When Du Lacey was wondering exactly what kind of bean curd she was, the president have already walked before her and asked her, "How old are you?" Du Lacey distracted and mechanically answered, 26. A 26-year-old woman wearing goat panties. Did you not feel ashamed? Wow. A certain person's face was broken. Who said I wore sheep panties? You're talking nonsense. She was obviously wearing lazy sheep panties. T. In fact, what panties she's wearing wasn't the important point. The important thing is how did the president knew she was wearing sheep underwear? Yes. Why did the president know she was wearing sheep underwear? Let us play a VCR. Greater than VCR play greater than a certain day a few weeks ago. Auntie Wu was folding clean clothes. Her grandson Liang was playing on the side. Suddenly, Liang eyes brighten at the sight before him. There's sheep. His little hands suddenly grasps Du Lacey's sheep underwear. Granny, this is lazy sheep. Auntie Wu was busy folding the laundry, while Liang was being noisy and waved impatiently. Go away, go away. Go and play somewhere else. So like this, after Du Lacey's poor sheep panties were taken by Liang doing several laps around the yard, it was uninterested hidden in the piles of folded clothes before setting off to play elsewhere. Then, the screen arrived at the next morning. When Lian Jun went to the bathroom, out of habit after washing his hands he reached for his jacket pocket. Instead of pulling out a handkerchief, a pair of panties came out instead. After a short pause, he calmly stuffed the panties back into his pocket. President, the handkerchief in your hands looks like sheep, Jason asked while washing his hands. Yes. Lian Jun answered with ease, I occasionally change them. Greater than end of VRC playback greater than Du Lacey was oblivious all of this. While lying in bed, she was still pondering how on earth did the president see the lazy sheep on her panties. Because this issue is too tangled, it caused Du Lacey to forget the embarrassment of sharing a bed with the president, also forgetting about the panties the president gifted her, forgetting to eat the president's tofu. With a head full of unanswered questions, the first day of isolation came to a successful conclusion.